Peace, wholeness, love, and light. I am Nudiamonds here with the energy reading. I hope everyone out there is doing well. And yes, we're about to deep dive into this beautiful, benevolent energy. This is where everything shifts. The shift starts now. Okay. This is all about going up to that higher level. Okay. We have officially quantum leap. We are officially on a higher timeline. And this is that energy. Okay. So it starts off with this beautiful conjunction, this Venus and Jupiter conjunction at the 13th degree. This is the beginning. This is the beginning, okay? So you may feel like you're entering in a new cycle because you are. You may feel like you're leaving old cycles behind because you are. You may feel like you have collapsed timelines, okay? Everything has shifted for this point, all right? And we're about to deep dive into why I say that, okay? Why does Diamond keep talking about these cycles ending, these everything coming around full circle, and I'm about to receive abundance and love, and let's jump into it. All right, we have this beautiful energy, like I said, Jupiter conjunct Venus at the 13th degree in Cancer. All right, this is all about the shift. This is all about the physical expanding, right? Whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been cultivating, whatever you've been deep diving into, this is your dreams manifesting into reality, okay? As Venus is attributed to that love, Venus is attributed to abundance, things that we value, right? So how are your values expanding at this time with yourself, right? Because Cancer is that root. Cancer is that woman. Cancer is that water. Cancer is the ancestors. Cancer is us, right? As we deep dive into ourselves, these deep depths, these emotional senses of ourselves, how are we expanding on that and deep diving into our true value, right? As Cancer rules the chest, it rules the breast, which is covered by the heart, it's protecting the heart, right? So your values protect your heart. Your values protect you, even though you don't even know these boundaries you've been holding up, they've been protecting you. And by you operating from that integrity, by you operating from your heart, operating from your mind, and obeying and honoring those boundaries, there's going to be a great expansion, right? And I say that because Jupiter is all about expansion. Jupiter is all about growth. Jupiter is all about electricity, things popping off, that gamma ray, right? That big God energy, right? As Jupiter is the biggest planet. And what is the biggest energy of them all? The all, right? So how have you been pouring into your divine self, pouring into your divine nature? This is where all of that energy expands tremendously, right? So this is where we see all of that work that we've been putting in manifest in physical reality. And I say dreams because everything that you think, you can manifest, right? Everything that you wish, you hope for, you can manifest. You can make those dreams a reality, right? It is not too far-fetched. It is not impossible. You're not crazy, right? We all have our testimonies of things that we worked hard for, things that we thought of, things that we've seen in the spiritual realm, dreams that we have manifested into this reality. See, it all starts spiritual first. Everything starts off as a spiritual, energetic exchange. They're able to manifest that in the physical. It's giving the act of sex, right? You see this person, ooh, they look good. It's this attraction. It was a thought first, right? Then you guys interact. You acting on it now. Y'all in the act. Y'all in the action of it now, right? But guess what can come from that? A child can come from that. That is manifesting that thought into physical reality, right? So this is where you be intentional with your thoughts, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, as you are co-creating with the divine. You are a co-creator, right? That seed, that star seed, whatever seed you plant, you nourish, it will grow tremendously, especially if you value it. right? As Venus is Earth, right? That's this physical plane. Jupiter is expansion. Jupiter is space. Cancer is our emotions, right? So be mindful of your emotions at this time. Make sure that you're mastering that emotional intelligence. As sometimes we get caught up in the energy, we get caught up in our emotions, we get caught up in these feelings, and we end up manifesting out of that. So make sure you're in a higher vibrational energy, high vibes only at this time, as we'll be manifesting rapidly, rapidly, rapidly. Okay. And it's also, wow, this chart is so amazing. This chart is beautiful. I've never seen anything like this. See, we're going to see some things that we never seen. We're about to see some things that we never seen. We're about to witness magic. We're about to witness mama's magic in a big way, right? From us operating out of our true selves, from us operating from our true minds and our authentic self, speaking our truth. Because truth is truth, no matter where it's coming from. A child, a bum, an elder, a crazy person, right? A broken clock is right 2 times out of the day. So this is truth, okay? And it's where we honor that and we get in tune with that, as it is a water trine. Not only is this energy a big expansion on our heart's desires, our hopes, our wishes, our dreams, the divine setting up the stage for us to shine, right? Because we've been putting in the work with our ancestors. We've been putting in this work physically. We deep dived into our subconscious mind. We healing all these things, right? We done healed ourselves, worked on ourselves, training, teaching ourselves, pushed through things, right? We've been on this journey, and the journey has not been easy, right? So this is where we get that karmic retribution from the divine. We get divine nourishment. Ain't nothing like Big Mama's love, right? Can't nobody do it like Big Mama do it. Can't nobody really do it, right? Like that Big Mama energy. Big Mama's whipping up stuff in the kitchen. It don't matter what it is. It's healing. It's delicious because she put that love into it. That's that divine nourishment, right? So this is where we see magic happen. Is giving when they said Jesus, Yahshua, made a whole bunch of fish, right? Made a whole bunch of bread, right? This is where we see the miracles turn water into wine, right? This is where we start to see those first miracles happen. If you are, if you really align with this message, you are already seeing miracles happen. You're already seeing things manifest of your wildest dreams. See, it was all a dream, right? But now it's happening in the physical reality. This is where we see those dreams turn into a reality. I'm preparing y'all for this energy because it all starts now, and it's gonna pick up. Okay, it's gonna get more intense. And with this good energy comes that polarity. So it's going to be a lot of distractions. There's going to be things that try to weigh us down, right? Things that try to pull on your energy. So you got to be mindful of your energy and protect your energy and protect your peace. And don't dim your light for nobody. All right, let's get into this water trine. So a water trine is when you have 3 different elements or more in the water signs. So we have Venus, Jupiter in Cancer at the 13th degree. So this is most definitely the start of something new within yourself, right? And you growing and expanding and blossoming. We're seeing a lot of different mystical, magical things happen at this time. All right, your hopes, your wishes, and your dreams coming true, right? Because you're not afraid to tap into your power. You're not ashamed of how you're healing with that Lilith and Scorpio, right? Lilith and Scorpio right here. And Lilith is all about tapping into that Kali Ma energy. Like I said, that big mama energy, that ferocious energy, that segment energy, right? That Heka energy. I'm not afraid to tap into my power, and I don't care how I look, right? Y'all see me come on here channeling. Y'all see me coming on here saying the wildest things, right? That comes from confidence. That comes from trusting myself. That comes from me not being ashamed of who I am and standing up in my authentic purpose. I'm operating from my heart. I don't care if I'm seeing aliens or a magician or whatever. I'm going to speak it. And guess what? The person who I'm reading for is going to say it resonates because that's their truth. Because sometimes it's not always about us. We are here to fulfill a bigger purpose. And you can't be ashamed to walk in that purpose. You can't be ashamed to shine your light, right? The picture is bigger and we're getting a peek at the full picture, right? As lights, camera, action, things are about to take off. It's a movie being played here. And it takes a collective of people to make this movie greater, right? It's the director, it's the actors, it's the extras, it's the creative director, it's the jewelry artist, it's the makeup artist, right? It's the assistants, it's a team, it's the collective, right? And everybody got to play their part to make the movie run clearly, right? The editors, right? The singers, the songwriters, right? Everybody got to play their part. And you can't be ashamed or afraid to do that. So don't dim your light for nobody and tap into your power. Let go of anything that's trying to hold you back. Because you might miss your spot. You might miss that opportunity. The portal may close on you because you waiting on everybody else. Because you afraid of what it's going to look like. All right? So don't be afraid. The time is now. Your time is now. All right? So this is us tapping into our power. Right? And we also have the moon and the North Node in Pisces. Like I said, this is part of your soul mission. This is soul activations. This is that intuition, right? So a lot of you pay attention to your dreams. I'm going to keep saying this. Pay attention to your dreams because your dreams, these last few nights, your dreams have been giving you clues to your soul mission. Your dreams have been showing you the path of your destiny and what's destined for you in the future. Right? So pay attention to those dreams. Some people may not be able to sleep. This is where you calm the mind. You make some tea. You relax because these you're getting a peek at your destiny. You're getting a peek at your harvest for the future years to come. Right? And also, how are you healing your soul to end these past cycles? Because the moon is all about healing. Like I said, the North Node is all about your soul, and Pisces is all about past cycles, the ending of cycles, the ending of that illusion, breaking through these illusions to heal yourself, to follow your dreams. Because we got the moon in Pisces. That's following your dreams. That's dreams upon dreams. That's being lost in certain illusions and delusions and fantasies. But like I said, on the flip side, you can also make your dreams a reality. It's all about how you look at it. It's all about your perception. It's all about your perspective, right? Because some person could be afraid of clowns. They can have nightmares, but in somebody else, that's a dream to make people happy and make kids happy and laugh and dress up. Dreams are nightmares. That's the energy way in, y'all. It's whatever reality you want to create. Okay? And whatever, there's going to be a lot of harmony with this energy because we have a trine here. So y'all see this blue triangle, right? That is a trine. That is a grand water trine. Meaning that this is a great time to tap into your roots, tap into your magic, get into that subconscious mind, get into your energy, get into your bag, right? To amplify those intentions for your future. This is where we're going to see a lot of unexpected things. We're going to see a lot of divine intervention, right? Your spirit team coming in, helping you, assisting you, right? The ancestors coming in, helping you and assisting you. You get a sense of your power, right? And these are your gifts, your clairs, your intuition, these telekinesis, this telepathy, right? Your ears ringing. You're going to feel a lot of ascension symptoms. So you better get ready. I'm giving you a warning now. You don't say I didn't warn you. See, Nudiamonds come on here and give y'all the info. I'm going to give it to y'all raw. Like I said, when we on here, it's like we family. I could talk to y'all like this because we locked in. Like I said, Soul Tribe. Shout out to Soul Tribe. Right? I'm not going to come in here sugarcoating no type of energy for likes, for love and light, because we know in order for us to be love and light, we have to go through the darkness and the fight. We have to do that shadow work to be the light workers, right? So it's this polarity. And once you find that polarity, once you find that balance, you align with yourself and you go up higher and you connect with the divine. You connect with yourself because that is a reflection. You are a reflection of one another. We are a reflection of one another. And we tapping into our full power, our full spiritual power at this time. So y'all get ready. Okay. This is going to be a very powerful portal. This is a power portal. And it just don't end on 8-8. It just don't start on 8-8. This has been happening for lifetimes. We incarnated here for these reasons right now. We incarnated for this time right now. Very powerful, magical, mystical times right now as we enter in this age of Aquarius, this golden age, right? So y'all get ready. I'm dropping the knowledge on y'all right now. Okay? Not only do we have a water trine, we have a grand air trine. We have a water trine and an air trine. This is serious business, baby. This is serious spiritual work. It's a lot of things going on in the ethers right now. So, like I said, if y'all start to feel certain things, if you start to see certain things, don't be afraid because all of that energy is here for you to cultivate. This is why you've been doing the work these past years, so you can tap into your power, so you won't be afraid of your power, so you can release these fears, to tap into your heart, to tap into your mind, to be free, to free yourself. All right? Because that air is about the mind, the air is about the spirit, right? So, how are you mastering your mind at this time? Right? Are you being your authentic self? Right? Because that's what Uranus and Gemini is about. It's about that authenticity, right? Tapping into that inner child and letting that inner spark shine from within, letting that inner light that dwells from within shine, right? And what does that look like? That looks like getting into with your masculine, getting into with your feminine, getting into with your estrogen, getting into with your testosterone, getting into with your lower self, and getting into with your higher self. As that is that Gemini energy, that polarity energy, and looking at things from every perspective, right? Not being two-faced. They love to say Geminis is two-faced. No, we're able to tap into every aspect of it unbiasedly, right? I'm not fake. I'm not going to be fake with you, right? I'm going to give it to you real and raw. I don't care if you is my friend. I don't care if you don't like what I got to say. I'm going to speak on how I feel. You want my opinion? I hope you're ready because I'm going to give it to you raw, authentic, uncut, right? This is that rebellion energy. This is that humanitarian. This that leadership. This that royal rulership energy. And sometimes it don't always look pretty. It look like doing a dirty work, getting in that garden and ripping out them weeds so your garden can flourish. Somebody got to do it. What Kendrick Lamar say? Somebody got to do it. Big Gemini energy, right? And this is also the collective consciousness. The collective consciousness is starting to grow. It's starting to elevate. Everybody is elevating in their own way, in their own timeline, on their own level, right? The collective consciousness is rising. As Uranus is collective, Gemini is consciousness. Okay? So, like I said, this is a generational thing. And I'm going to break down that generational energy in a minute because it gets deep, y'all. Okay? So, that's the first part of the air trine. Then we also have Mars in Libra with this air trine at the second degree. And Mars is all about the start. Mars is all about initiation. Mars is all about that passion, that fire, that blood, right? Going to war for justice. I'm a warrior for justice. I'm a warrior for the divine. I'm a spiritual warrior, right? As Libra is justice, Libra is law, Libra is balance, Libra is relationships. That's that seventh sign. Seven is the divine, right? So, how are you fighting for the divine? How's your relationship with the divine? How's your relationship with yourself? Hello, somebody. How's your relationship with yourself? Do you love yourself? Are you pouring into yourself? Do you value yourself? Do you know your value outside of material things? Because it's layers and it's levels. This is cosmic law. This is cosmic justice. At the end of the day, people think they're gonna get away with certain things here. Yeah, when it's time to cross over, but I'm not here to judge nobody. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down a bit, okay, spirit? Because spirit, I be passionate about this, but it's a message here, and the message is very clear. Okay, how are you operating from your heart and your integrity to get things done, to balance the scales of justice? Because your heart got to be as light as a feather. They don't weigh your brain, they weigh your heart. They don't weigh your pockets, they don't weigh the things that you have. They weigh your heart. Your heart. So this is the start of people starting to balance. And some people may be at war with themselves because they have a lot of work that they haven't done. A lot of people's shadows are in their face. A lot of people are trying to ignore the work that they got to do. That shit gonna catch up with their ass later. That karma gonna come back around and kick them right in their ass because they not balancing out the scales. They worried about the wrong things. They don't got their priorities together. I wonder why it's a shit show. So get on it. Spirit giving you the signs now to balance this energy out. Because once we take off, because it's about to be a takeoff with this energy. We're just getting started. The train is getting started. The flight is getting ready to take off. The engine running on the plane. It ain't took off yet. Once it take off, and if you got them baggage, that baggage, okay? So this is where you get everything in order, and it starts with yourself. What are you consuming with your eyes? Cleansing that blood, right? Be mindful of what you're consuming. Be mindful of your intentions. Be mindful of your mind. What's mining your mind? Mind your mind, right? That means pay attention to everything, every thought that comes across your mind, okay? And make sure that you're balancing out these thoughts, these things, these dreams, as this is what's preparing you for the future, okay? Let's go to, oh boy, the main show, Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius. Baby, this is going to be here for the next 20 years. You ready? You ready for your whole life to change? Right? Everything is shifting. You wonder why you're going through this rebirth. You wonder why you're going through this death. You wonder why you keep breaking through layers of yourself. You deep diving on certain things. You don't know why. This is a generational thing. The technology is changing. It ain't no going back. Nothing will be the same after this. This is a collective death and a collective rebirth where we're building a whole new world. And the old world has to die for the new world to be born. That's what's happening. This is the new leaders. These are the new rulers that are stepping into place. All these CEOs are dropping like flies, right? Some organically, some inorganic. But that means that someone else has to step up. Who's going to step up for the future? Who's going to step up to lead the children in the right direction? Because we got to protect the children. They are the future. And that's what the higher ups are aiming for, to get the minds of the children. Because if you got the mind of someone, you got their whole essence. The mind controls the body. The body is the temple. Where is the temple? Y'all hear me say this all the time. Where's the temples at? Right here in between your head, right? This governs your whole body. They want the minds of the children. So y'all better protect y'all children. Like what they say, hide your kids, hide your wife. No, protect your children, protect your wives, protect your husband, protect the family. That's what this is about. That's the generation. That's where the revolution will start. It starts with the family. This is a Renaissance era that we're entering in. And these are the future geniuses. These are the future governors. These are the future leaders. So make sure that you're teaching them the right way. All right? Because this is about the mind. This is revolutionary. This is a revolutionary time that we're entering in. And it's all here in the chart. Okay? So like I said, we have that air trine. We have Pluto in Aquarius. Just went into Aquarius. Huge major shift. It hasn't been there for over 270 years. Nobody in this generation has seen Pluto in Aquarius. We have Uranus going into Gemini. Huge major shift. Uranus hasn't been in Gemini for over 84 years. Hello. We have Jupiter going into Cancer. This is a huge 7-year cycle that no one has seen in what, 12 years, 13 years? A lot of people have been waiting lifetimes for this energy. Why you think everybody reincarnating right now? The master teachers are reincarnating. They're looking for the chosen one. They said chosen one already here, but the Antichrist got to be here first, right? Yeah, that means that we in those times. We're in those times. You the chosen one. They want you. So you got to stand on guard. You got to be on your shit. What they say, stay dangerous. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. And know better so you can do better. And stay one step ahead at all times, because this is chess, not checkers. Okay? Also, we got Saturn in Aries. Another huge shift. Another 29-year cycle. That Saturn's return, that's what's kicking everybody ass right now who ain't did no work. That Saturn's return, that Saturn in Aries. Because Saturn is all about discipline. Saturn is all about time. Saturn is all about karma. It's time to pay up. It's time to pay your debt. It's time to pay what you owe. That's why all these celebrities, we're seeing all these people in the media going down. Things are being illuminated. The scammers are being called out. You've been scamming for 10 years. No more. It's time to pay what you owe. You've been doing stuff in the underworld for too long, thinking you're going to be unseen and untouched. It's time for you to pay what you owe. Them files is coming out, bro. Them files is coming up, sis. It's time to pay what you owe. You can't, nobody is exempt from this energy. Nobody. And if you think you can run it high, you can't run it high from the divine. Thinking you're going to be unseen and when that karma catch up with you, yeah. So you better be doing that shadow work. You better get in your shadow bag and sit with yourself for it come and sit your ass down. You better sit down and do the work for the work come to you and sit you down. I always say that. When spirit tell you to do something, when the divine tells you to do something, you better listen. Because if you don't listen, that come around, that comeback, that time out from the divine, that time out from God, that ass whooping from God ain't no joke. You don't want to be sat down. So you better listen. So you better pay attention to all the signs, the symbols, and the synchronicities. That feeling, something don't feel right. Everybody keep going to this party. Everybody keep going to this area. Every time they go, they get shot. They dead. Something keep happening. You get invited to go there. You get an eerie feeling. You better listen. Hello, somebody. Because what's gonna happen is two timelines that split. You can go and get caught up in some bullshit, or you cannot go and listen to your intuition and then get the phone calls later. Okay? We also got Neptune. See, Neptune and Saturn conjunct. What? We have Neptune and Saturn conjunct. This isn't even on the charts for the record for when these two were last conjunct. I went back to the 1400s on a chart and I couldn't find where they were conjunct. So this is something that we haven't seen for eons. Eons, this conjunction right here. And this is a spiritual thing. This is spirit led because Neptune is all about the spirit. Neptune is all about mystical, magical things in the hidden realm, unseen, the divine insight, right? Listening to that psyche, right? How's your psyche? How's your mind? How's your spirit, right? This is the start of you listening to that. This is the start. A lot of people getting initiated right now. A lot of people going through ascension symptoms. A lot of people are being called to do something. And it's a split. Like I said, that conscious collective, it's a split, right? The timelines have split. The timelines have shift. Some people left behind. Some people in the middle trying to play catch up. In a minute, you're going to have to pick a side. That's what this time is for, because Neptune and Saturn are retrograde. So they're going to go back into Pisces. Once these two signs come out of retrograde, and I believe December is when most of these planets come out of retrograde. So you're going to get a break. You're going to get a little spiritual break. And then in 2016, I believe in April, in 2016, excuse me, 2026, right? We're going to get a huge leap, a huge quantum leap, a huge jump. That's going to be the spark. We're going to see things we ain't never seen before. There's going to be a lot of abundance pouring in, a whole lot of everything that you want, especially if you've done the work. That don't apply to everybody. Because if you ain't done the work, which is Chiron, because Chiron is the key. Chiron is the key. What is Chiron? The wounded healer. Chiron is the wounded healer. So the way how you've been wounded is the way that you're able to heal. Those experiences that you went through was to help you grow. That pressure that you've been under was to help you shine. That pain that you went through was to help you gain, was to help you grow. That is the key to getting these spiritual rewards of the mind. Because they're in Aries. Like I said, that's that warrior for justice. That's that initiation. That's the start. That's that fire, that passion, that drive, that desire to get things done. So the future, your future self, your future kids, whatever, they don't got to go through this. We setting ourselves up now. This is a peek at your future right now. And if you're not going back into yourself to get the work done, you can repeat the karmic cycles if you want to, but a lot of us are breaking free. We're breaking free. We're breaking free of these cycles. Our soul is pushing us to break free. Some of us don't know why we feeling called to do things. I just feel called to your soul. That's your spirit. Listen to it. It is guiding you. Okay? And this also is the Star of David. Now that I'm zoomed in up close, ooh, look at that, y'all. Look at this. Look at this right here. Whoa. We got the Merkaba in the chart. We got a mystic rectangle in the chart. We got a pentagon in the chart. I see 2 stars. I see 3 stars. Right? So this is you getting in divine alignment with yourself and not being tempted by your lower nature, not being tempted by certain things outside of you, because that's that devil energy. The devil isn't outside of you. It's anything that you let take control of you. It's obsessions. Okay. It's fears. It's doubt. It's addictions. Anything that has a hold on you that you can't break free from. This is where you go into the art of detachment. That's how you free yourself. That's how you get to these higher realms. Then you start to see the magic, the mystical things, because we breaking free of these boxes and these constructs and these things that try to hold us back, which is really ourselves 9 times out of 10. So this is where we break free. Okay? We push through because y'all see this big ass red line. Something trying to cut, spirit's trying to cut through all this bullshit, trying to cut through all this stuff because there's so much going on, but we got to stay focused. Focus. Focus is the key. Stay focused. Okay? Woo! Now, there's going to be a huge 180, right? This is the birth because 180, 1 and 8 equals 9. All right? So we're going to see a huge shift with a lot of different things because this is a rebirth. Like I said, all of those planets shifting, they all just shifted this year. All of them. Not one this year, one next year, one. They all shifted this year. So everything is shifting. The timelines are collapsing. Everything is changing. Nothing will be the same. Especially when everything comes out of retrograde. This is the 180. This is the flip. This is where things take off. Okay? So we're preparing ourselves for the next 20 years, 30 years, right now. That's why your spirit been on you to get things done. That's why the divine, your ancestors, been on you to get things done. So you can set yourself up for the future, for greatness. Okay? Now, like I said, we have Jupiter in Cancer, right? Next year, Jupiter is going to be in Leo. This is going to be a tremendous takeoff for the collective. Why? Because Jupiter is going to be in opposition of Pluto. Pluto's in Aquarius. So this is going to be a lot of rebirth, a lot of people pushing past to ascend, to tap into their power, right? 2026. Not only that, We have the North Node that is going to go into Aquarius, meaning that the South Node is going to be in Leo. So it's going to be a lot of soul searching, a lot of soul connections, a lot of soul activations at this time. Okay? And if you're already walking in your purpose, you're going to see a lot of abundance. You're going to see a lot of confirmation that you're on the right journey. You're on the right path. Okay? So these things are going to start to pick up. There, like I said, everything starts right now. Everything starts right now. That's why you've been called to do what you're doing right now. That's why you've been feeling this urge to get on top of this shit right now. You've been called. I hope you answered it. If you own my channel, you answered it. Congratulations. We made it to the higher timeline. You own the higher timeline right now. You could feel it. Your spirit's already there. Your body's adjusting to the changes in the frequencies right now. Okay? So if you're not quite feeling yourself, you're ascension symptoms. Okay? Meanwhile, you're getting all these downloads, having all these dreams, hearing stuff, feeling stuff. Your spirit's already there. And it's only going to pick up. So get comfortable. Get comfortable. Okay, you've been initiated. All right. So yeah, this is a huge cycle. Now, these cycles are different for everyone. But the main cycle I've been picking up on is a 3-year cycle. Okay. That's that Saturn cycle, because Saturn shifts signs every 2.5 to 3 years. Okay. Then, like I said, that North Node is in Cancer. So it's going to go into Leo. Then it's going to go into Virgo. But astrologically, Vedic astrology, sidereal astrology, when you look up in the sky, when you go outside and physically look up at the stars, all of the signs and the planets are one sign behind. A lot of people are not ready for that. But like I said, I'm going to give it to y'all today, because I study astronomy and astrology. So what happened is, we're on this Gregorian calendar. We do Western astrology. Western astrology is attributed to a fixed point axis of astrology from the AD. This is a fixed point in time where astrology was at. But the cosmos, the universe, is always changing. It's always shifting. It's always growing. Like our consciousness is always changing, growing, and shifting. So the stars have shifted from 3,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. We're in a different time and space in the galaxy, in the universe. So all of the signs, when you look up at the signs outside, they're all one sign behind. I believe 20 to 30 degrees behind, because we have shifted. There's that whole Ophiuchus energy. People have been talking about adding in 13 signs. They try to say, oh, you're not really a Gemini, you're really a Taurus. That, like I said, that's a whole nother different conversation. But like I said, I'm giving it to y'all. Y'all gonna get this work today. Okay? Just so y'all can have a better understanding, because it's not about one fixed point of access. You have to look at it from all different perceptions, all different perspectives. Now, physically, on this realm, on this earth, on this plane, yes, we're in this. And that's another reason why a lot of these readings and astrologers' messages hit, especially 1 month from now, because we are predictive astrologer readers. We be reading into the future. That's the whole thing with time. On this Gregorian calendar, in this Western astrology, they try to keep us lost in time, caught up in an illusion, rushing, right? It's 12 months. Why is October the 10th month when Oct is 8? Some things just don't make sense. That's where you got to make it make sense for yourself. Do your own research. That's what's going to keep you sane in this world with all these illusions and confusions and stuff. All right? But yeah, let me go back to my point because I'm running off on a tangent because I just had to make that clear as to why we're going to see things go up, up, up for 3 years straight. It's going to be a 3-year abundant cycle, right? You're setting things up for that right now. Everything is shifting. Everything is changing. We're watching everything shift, watching everything change. This is also a part of that 2030 agenda. I'll get into that on a separate video. Okay. But this is going to be a huge, huge cycle, 3-year cycle, due to that Jupiter in Cancer, Jupiter in Leo, right? That North Node is going to go into Aquarius next year, right? And it's going to conjunct Pluto. Then we're also going to have Saturn in 3 years go into Taurus. So all of these things are going to be in divine alignment. This is that fixed axe cross being activated. Okay? And if you don't know anything about that fixed axe cross, this is about purging. This is about releasing. This is about surrendering. This is about letting go. This is about all of the discipline that you had to get to where you're at today, right? So you can know that you are a creative ruler. I know, Aquarius. I have, right? That's that Taurus. I will. That's that Leo. My desires. That's that Scorpio. And I know it's something to Scorpio. I have to double check. But that's besides the point. The 3 main big planets, malevolent planets, are going to be in the fixed axe cross. So this is going to activate a whole lot of us. That Christ consciousness, that purging. That's why a lot of us purging. We getting our shit together right now for this transition that's about to happen. Like I said, that star in the chart, that seal of Solomon, soul of man, your soul is going to be activated. That Merkaba is about to get activated. Okay? That's why they want to try to instill fear in everybody to keep your vibration down. We don't want you ascending. We don't want you tapping in with your true power, your true God power, your true Godhood. Got to go back to our old tactics and still fear. The aliens are coming. No, my star family's coming. Okay? So, yeah, like I said, the North Node, Saturn, and Jupiter are all shifting. This is going to be happening for the next 3 years. So a lot of us, these past 3 years, we've completed a huge cycle. There's been a certain lesson that you've been learning these past 3 years. If you have completed it, if you have learned it, and it has to do a lot with your values, with who you are, self-love, loving yourself, not being afraid, being your authentic self. If you're standing in that and operating from that, you're starting to see a little bit of those rewards right now. You're getting a peek at what the rest of your life is going to look like right now. Okay? That's why a lot of us are being called to get on our stuff now, to do the work now, because there's a lot of abundance, a lot of timelines that are closing, a lot of things, a lot of love, a lot of opportunities are coming in. And we can't have this old mindset, these old weight, this old thing, this old doubts, these old fears, this old trauma holding us back from this divine abundance, these divine gifts that the Most High is trying to give us right now. We can't fuck it up. And we didn't come this far to mess it up now. This is why I'm preparing y'all. This is what's about to happen. Okay? And it starts with that Venus conjunct Jupiter. That's the start of it. Okay? That's why this month in that 999 portal, crucial. I suggest everybody to do a fast, a heavy metal detox, something to get in tune with the divine, to get in tune with your higher self. Because you're going to get some profound downloads, profound uploads, profound messages, profound dreams, prophetic dreams to higher timelines, or what you need to be doing, or what's going to happen next for you. This is about you and your mission. Everybody's mission look different. Do your part, because we all bring our piece to the puzzle for the bigger picture. Do more, love more. Okay? I said all of the shifts are complete. It is time. Welcome. This is the generational build. Okay? You did it. Congratulations. Watch as things shift. Wait and be patient. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your spirit. Know that you're being led in the right place because your spirit led you here. Your spirit got you on this mission. You've been on this journey, and your spirit has not steered you wrong thus far. Continue to listen, continue to trust it, continue to know that you are walking on a divine path. You are divinely protected and divinely guided. You got to know that. No doubts, no fears. I am an infinite being. Okay? And we're breaking through old cycles to get to this new cycle. And that new cycle starts now. Okay? So I love y'all so much. There's going to be some huge, huge, huge shifts. Okay? I said watch out. Watch out for these dates. I also got the number 54. Which is a 9 as well. I'm getting May of next year. Okay? So just be mindful of that. There's going to be some shifts. There's going to be some changes. And then I also got it's a 10-day cycle. It's a 10-day window as we go into this Virgo energy. This is probably why you guys should be fasting and detoxing. Getting ready for this new energy that's about to come in. Okay? So August 12th, Venus and Jupiter are conjunct in Cancer. So from August 12th to August 22nd, we're going to see a lot of changes physically and spiritually. Pay attention, right? Because the 22nd is when we go into Virgo season. And that also is the new moon in Virgo. And in Virgo season is 2 new moons. So, like I said, the double up, the reset, the restart. Also, I got 9/11 energy with that. It's a lot of things I'm going to get into later. But this is what my spirit guided me to tell y'all today. Okay? You will see changes spiritually and physically. Pay attention. You're about to fly high. Things are shifting. Things are changing. This is the 180 flip. Okay? You're about to take off. Everything is working in divine favor for you. This is the closest you've ever been. See, because you've been coming back lifetime after lifetime after lifetime trying to accomplish this mission. It's done. It's complete. Keep going. You done all the work that you needed to do. Okay? This is the closest you've ever been to your goals, to your dreams, to your hopes, to your wishes, to your desires. Get ready to receive unlimited amounts of abundance. This is where your life change for the better. We suffered enough. This is where we receive the reward. Okay? I love y'all so much. That is my message. It's going to be a lot of love. It's going to be a lot of divine unions. It's going to be a lot of connections. Soul tribe, soulmates connecting at this time. Pay attention. Okay? Because like I said, it's always the polar energy. Right? So you can also get your twin flame, or you can also get your evil twin. All right? So be mindful. And I'm not projecting. I'm just enlightening. I'm here to enlighten. Just as you are. Keep speaking your truth. Keep speaking your peace. Keep shining bright. Protect your heart. Speak from the heart. Operate from integrity. Operate from love. At all times. Okay? I love y'all so much. Let me know what y'all think of this video down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification. You guys can book anything, buy anything on my website, nudiamonds.net. And if you would like to donate, my Cash App is Nudiamonds101. My PayPal, all of that is down in the description box below. Okay? I love y'all dearly, and I catch y'all on the next one. Peace.